So, back again with us.
I am Diana and
Najmi from Class 11 Social
of SMA Edu Global Bandung. We want to share something about carbon with you, so
without any further ado, let's
get into it!
Now let's take a look around us. There are many cars, factories, and people who all emit carbon dioxide that can be very harmful to the environment. Based on vehicle data released on korlantas.polri.go.id on Wednesday, August 10, 2022,
total ownership vehicles in Indonesia has reached about 149 million units. Based on information from the Indonesian Stock Exchange, IDX, 787 firms were reported in 2022, which corresponds to the number of factories or companies in Indonesia. In the meantime, the Central Statistic Agency reported that there were around 275 million people living in Indonesia.
We can just imagine how much carbon is being produced in Indonesia based on the data from transportation, people, and the factories alone.
80% of carbon emission are caused by human activity, and the remaining 20% is due to deforestation and forest degradation. Methane, CH4, nitrous oxide, N2O, and 3 different types of fluorine-containing gases are all considered to be carbon gases, such as HFCs, PFCs, and SF6.
If there are too many of these gases in the atmosphere, they can be quite harmful to the environment. For example, inhaling monoxide gas. Inhaling it at low level can already make us feel out of breath. We can just imagine how dangerous the situation is if we inhale more than that. Additionally, these gases always have the potential to contribute to global warming. You must have already known the effects of global warming,
such as drought, a lack of clean water sources, the melting of polar ice caps, extreme weather changes, and many more.
Now we have a good news for you. There is a project called Kyoto Protocol. This commitment made in 1997, which is a deal that many countries have previously signed to cut their carbon dioxide emission. The burden fell heaviest on developed countries because this protocol serves as a framework for industrialized nations to cut their total carbon emission. How exactly does this carbon trading operate? In essence, each nation is limited in the amount of carbon it can emit. A country must purchase an allocation slot from another country with more quota if their carbon emissions are in excess of its ration. The money is going toward the greening program. Indonesia is ranked as the first Asian nation that contributes the most carbon, according to data from the World Research Institute. Majority of carbon generation comes from the industrial, residential, and transportation sector. The largest industrial sector emission include diesel, fuel gas, and LPG. Kerosene gas and LPG are the household products that produce the most emission. But in 2013, as natural gas supply were running low, kerosene price increased, leading many people to switch to gas and LPG.
Also, the transportation industry produced the most emission from biofuel, diesel, gasoline, F-gas, and after. They are all utilized as fuel for the majority of vehicles. From the carbon output, we must learn how to minimize carbon emission and maximize carbon trading. Naturally, for the carbon trading to function well, all nations, especially industrialized and wealthy nations, must participate in the carbon trading.
Additionally, we must take part in lowering the overall carbon footprint. For that, we can use drinking bottles instead of packaged bottle, use public transportation instead of private vehicles, and turn off electronic equipment that we don't use. Furthermore, by growing trees close to the house, we can also cut down on carbon emission.
Carbon trading is an opportunity for us to reduce our carbon emission
and also help the country's economic growth.
So let's support the government in order to reduce our carbon emission,
starting from ourselves.
Let's reduce our carbon footprint in the earth.